I'm Archbishop Mark Coleridge, and you are watching Q&A, question and answer for the Catholic leader. The word Lent in English is a bit of a funny word. Other languages have a word that speaks of the 40 days of the journey from Ash Wednesday to Easter. But in English we speak of Lent, which means slow. So what are we doing? We slow down. It's like a slow motion replay. You slow it down in order to see what's really happening. So these are 40 days when we focus on what's really happening and on what really matters. Traditionally, there have been three ways of doing that: prayer, fasting and almsgiving. And I take them on board myself through the journey of these 40 days, slowing it all down to focus on what really matters. When it comes to prayer, every morning normally I pray for half an hour, meditation, and then I pray the morning prayer of the church. What I try and do is include in my Lenten schedule another half hour later in the day. It's not easy with the pressure of my diary, but that's what I try and do for Lent as I pray, to add something rather than to take something away. When it comes to fasting, what I do is give up wine. I don't give up alcohol, I must confess, but I do give up wine. Now, for many of you, that would be no sacrifice at all. But I can tell you now, as one who lived in Italy for about 13 years, it's a real sacrifice, and I find it a great discipline for those 40 days, except for the Sundays, because they're not days of Lent, but for the other days, to give up wine. I also make the Fridays of Lent days of abstinence. In other words, I don't eat meat, but the big sacrifice for me is to give up wine for those days of Lent. When it comes to almsgiving, I try and give from my substance and not just my loose change. That's too easy, and that's not what almsgiving is about. I try and contribute to Project Compassion, a sum of money over the 40 days that, for me at least, with my meagre earnings, is substantial. So that's the way I undertake these ancient disciplines of prayer, fasting and almsgiving, which are intended to, as it were, purify the soul and to help me to focus on what really matters in these days when we slow things down.